Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast. This is the Red Show, and we're joined today by my wonderful guests, Helly, Lloyd, and Dee. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Very good. Very good. Very happy.
Yes.
Also very happy as well.
Yeah, not very happy. No, we're not good.
And we'll get into all of that throughout the show. It feels good to be back in the studio. Studio day number 2.
Yep.
It's all so nice, like with the tables and the mics. Like online is just the quality drop is just so mad. Like, it's terrible. But yeah, let's get into the football of the week. Shall we talk about Arsenal Liverpool?
Yeah,
No, I don't be accused of over celebrating.
Oh,
I don't be accused of over celebrating.
Oh, I want to talk about that actually. Before we rip
pathetic.
Lloyd to pieces, I want to talk about the photographer.
God forbid a man have hobbies.
Mate, what's so bad about a guy taking a picture of a photographer? Like that's made that man's week, that man's month, maybe that man's year. He's just done a nice thing for a member of staff, and it's like he's shot someone or something. Like
Jamie Carragher can spit at girls, but Odegaard can't take pictures.
that
Sounds a
man,
bit.
no manners.
I don't know, man. But to be fair, celebrations, if anything, weren't enough in my opinion.
no, I think it was fine. I think
we should have gone to we should have gone to Liverpool, the city, and just celebrate there.
Just celebrate it there.
Celebrate the
Just,
city of Liverpool.
yeah.
You do know you're not in the FA Cup, right?
Oh, damn.
Right.
Well,
I
come
mean-
on. We're 3 points ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sounds-
3 points.
You have to be a
All
big
this for
club.
City to win the league.
Well, we'll find out.
Well,
won't we?
hold on,
We'll see, we'll see.
God forbid a man celebrates.
I
That's
know,
true,
I
that's
agree.
true, actually, yeah.
No, I agree. It's a joke. No, I'm in total agreement for that.
Just Sky Sports, bunch of moody old men who are past it.
And Liverpool fans
just
as well,
keeps
mostly.
crying.
Yeah, I mean, Jurgen Klopp's running up and down the touchline every week. I mean,
Yeah, why
you
can't
know.
Arteta do it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm in agreement with you guys. So
Yeah, it's a bit of a dodgy thing for Carragher to say. But then again, once Carragher said something
Hater.
that great, like he's not exactly a smart man, is he? That's in my opinion. I mean, Gary Neville kind of carries that team, but
In my
Just
opinion,
saying.
Roy
I don't know
Keane
about
carries
that.
all.
I mean,
Roy Keane, Michael Richards, and
There's
Roy
levels.
Keane carry all.
Roy Keane especially, like immense.
who
I
doesn't
mean,
like Michael Richards? Come on.
We all love
Gotta
him.
love
actually,
him.
to
You gotta
be
love
fair,
him.
We will love
I've
him,
got
like
some
us.
respect for him, but mainly because he played for Villa. But
He's Big Meeks for a reason.
Big Meeks for a reason.
Pause.
Yeah.
But moving on from the actual the extra bits of that game, let's talk about the actual football itself. Because what the hell was Alisson and Van Dijk doing for that second
What
goal,
was Gabriel
man?
Saliba and Ryan
Uh,
doing?
Yeah, true.
Alisson playing leapfrog for the second goal. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, honestly,
Playing leapfrog
just a joke. Just terrible. I mean, like Van Dijk should clear it, but I'm not going to give him most of the blame because Alisson shouldn't be running out like that in the first place. Like Van Dijk can just clear the ball if he's not coming, and then they both collide with each other.
Really?
Yeah,
Miscommunication.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Martin.
don't think it's anyone's fault. I just think it's like a simple miscommunication. Like,
Yeah.
and also Martinelli
think?
does a little into
Yeah,
Van
nudge
Dijk.
into
Van
and
Dijk,
like gets in
Alisson,
Alisson's
yeah.
way.
Alisson
But if that's
is
a
running.
foul,
It's not a foul.
it's
No,
not
no,
a
it's
foul.
not.
No,
No,
that's
of
what I'm saying.
course
If
not.
that's a foul, then football's dying. Because
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
should be that's a football incident. That should just be like a little shove. That's
I'm
50-50.
not claiming Martinelli's a genius or anything, but he
It's tactical, yeah.
but he tried to win the ball of Van Dijk by
Yeah.
shoulder barging him, and then next thing you know, it just made Alisson not be able to kick the ball because Van Dijk got in his way.
Got in his way.
So I don't think it's anyone's fault that happened. I think it's just a simple, just unlucky bit of miscommunication here and there. But like, I don't think that mistake is anywhere near as bad as Saliba and Gabriel's.
I don't know what happened there.
Oh,
yeah.
Gabriel
That was
turned
a bit
into
of a mare.
Anthony.
That was a bit of a mare.
Gabriel turned into Anthony and basketball. Like,
Put
Just
ball in his
spun
hand
it in the
there,
back of the net.
with his hand.
But
I mean,
that's all. Well, I think it's Saliba and Raya's fault. Gabriel's just the unlucky casualty. Because Saliba either should be clearing it or should be telling Raya straight away, "Come get it." Raya should be either being more should be more decisive in either telling Saliba to get rid or coming for the ball. So I think it's them two that have the problem, not Gabriel at all.
I mean, the communication between Raya and Saliba just doesn't seem to be at it. And I think you'd agree if I say that Ramsdale in net would have fixed that problem.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
No,
one.
no.
I
I
would agree with that one as well.
think Ramsdale's a lot more. He may be an iPad kid, but he's more decisive. I think if that was Ramsdale, Ramsdale will probably take out Saliba just to get the ball. So I think.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
personally, I still think Raya's a good keeper. I just don't think he's our keeper personally. He's not my goal.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really analysing the goal too much when it went in. I was more or less just delighted that we somehow managed to be level at half time.
1-1, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, we were absolutely terrible. I mean, that's the worst performance of the season by far. I mean, yeah.
Outright domination, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
it
was.
was. It totally was. Yeah, I mean, the only player who turned up was McAllister. Apart from that, everyone else was
Too fair,
terrible, in my opinion.
We'll talk about
really.
this when we watched it.
Not great.
McAllister's long shots. Oh my heart was out my arse,
Yeah, he
mate.
was
Oh.
threatening. Yeah, it was
Oh
threatening.
my
It was
God.
close. It wasn't far away at all. A couple of them I
Bunch
thought
of
were going to go in, but yeah.
Mm.
No, he's been doing really well the past 2 months, but yeah, Curtis Jones and Gravenberch cannot be starting Arsenal away. It just cannot be happening. It just, they're good cup players to play in the Europa League and the Carabao Cup, but when it comes to that, missing Szoboszlai,
Yeah,
we
you were
still
missing
need another
players.
we still need another central midfielder and a defensive midfielder for me.
Oh, 100%.
And Endo was a big miss. Not having McAllister potentially push on a little bit further.
Mm.
So
There's a reason why when Liverpool were top of the league a couple of weeks ago, I said there's no way that Liverpool will win the league, and it's because of that depth in central midfield. Teams will fight. There is an easy way. There's a problem that people can exploit in the fact that you do not have a defensive midfielder.
True.
Like,
as of right now, yeah.
And Endo, I think he's awesome, but is he good enough to be a starting Premier League DM at a title-winning team? Probably not.
No, I wouldn't say so. I think he's been a solid player for the price he bought. I think we got him for 18 million from Stuttgart, so he's been good. Considering that, of course, we messed up Lavia and Caicedo beforehand.
I don't think he messed up. Chelsea just were better negotiators.
Yeah,
And
no,
Chelsea messed up anyway, so I mean,
yeah, I mean,
win, win, win.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, it's like we wanted Lavia. Lavia was going to come to us, and then we just sort of chucked him to the side and went for Caicedo. And then Lavia thought, well, I'm not joining you now. 'cause-
Because I thought I was never joining you now.
Well, exactly.
Right, but do you think Lavia would have solved your problem? Like, let's be honest, he's not. Let's be honest, I don't think he's a starting CDM for a title-chasing team.
No, neither.
So don't get me wrong.
No,
He's,
but
obviously it's a good signing because like
Yeah.
future. But like when we're talking about like what Liverpool's problem is right now as a main CDM, Lavia ain't gonna solve that problem. So I
Yeah.
think the argument of signing Lavia, it's not irrelevant, but it's not as a big factor.
No.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
we're
mean,
talking about.
I
right
said in a
now.
previous podcast earlier on about Edson Alvarez, who's just gone to West Ham United. I thought he would have been a solid fit. He's done very well for them this season. So you know,
And I've been saying for ages, Palhinha.
yes,
Palhinha
yes,
is fine.
yeah, he
Amazing
would sort it
fit.
out because he wins the ball back so often. Like I think his tackles or something, they're a joke in comparison to everyone else. I think he's got like 40 more than any other player, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
The point is, you could bring in any kind of elite level defensive midfielder and it would fix a lot of problems in your
Yes.
squad. You've just got to do something,
Totally.
anything.
Yeah.
But I think now you're going to see it's the end of an era. We spoke about last week, Klopp leaving and stuff like that. So I think Klopp will leave. One of the big names will leave. We'll get a lot of money for him, and it will be a complete squad rehaul under a new manager, under a new philosophy.
Well,
And
Van
then move on.
Dijk's talk now
Yeah.
about apparently leaving. Is that-
Yeah,
you
I
will
mean-
know more about it than we do. Is that?
Yeah, no, I think it just depends really how next season does go for him and how he performs because Sunday wasn't his best game, but he's been pretty good this season.
Yeah.
To be fair to him, but yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much worry as of right now. We'll just have to see come next season. But yeah, I mean, Arteta outclassed Klopp. I mean.
Oh yeah,
Gakpo
100%.
is not a right winger. Why is he playing on the right? I don't understand it. It's like centre forward. First half of the season when he was back in, he was very, very good there, and then he's been moved on to the right. And
Yeah, but I don't think that's like in his control because
No.
Son's not here. So.
Yeah.
no, I know, but like for him as a centre forward playing as a false nine last season, he was better. He was better than Nunez was in that period. And now,
Yeah.
of course, he's had to be accommodated for other players. He's been playing left wing, striker, right wing, central midfield.
I was going to say central midfield.
He's been
like,
playing everywhere. Like it's not.
Right,
It's not it.
but with Gakpo, right? Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. I really do highly rate him. But I don't think he's world class left wing, right wing, or forward. I think he's a great player, but I think he's one of them like he's consistently good everywhere, but he's not great in one area. So I think he'll be a great like sub. I think he'll be a great sub for Liverpool
Potentially,
to
yeah.
bring on just in case you need something
I mean-
different. And like I think Nunez, as much as like it wasn't his best game versus us, I think he did offer something in that.
Yeah.
Because like Saliba can't really handle through balls or over the top long balls
No.
as well as other defenders can.
Yeah.
And I think Darwin Núñez just how much of a golden retriever he is, he'll cause troubles.
No,
and I think
yeah.
and I think towards the end of the game where Núñez cut past Havertz stuck a leg out.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Núñez, but why did you not go down?
Yeah.
Why? I love you for it, and I think it's good for the game that players aren't going down. But
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah.
time, for the sake of your team, go.
Go
Why
down.
aren't you go?
Yeah. I mean, I look at him anyway, and I think his best position is off the left,
Mm.
coming inside. 'cause
Yeah,
it seems to be
100%.
more threatening.
There is a player
from
there,
the
isn't
position.
there?
Yes,
There is a player
There
there.
totally is. There totally is.
I mean, the number of goals he scored for someone who misses so many
Exactly.
open goals, he's scored a lot. He'd really suit. I'll tell you what, he'd really suit. He'd really suit a Man City team. You know when they had Sterling and Sane on the wings. just plonk him on the left instead of Sterling, he would get so many tap-ins. He gets so many.
Yeah.
He'd score buckets of goals.
Mhm.
He reminds me a lot of Sterling, actually.
Really?
Very similar players, because I'm thinking Sterling can't shoot for shit either.
I've never heard or even thought of that comparison before.
Comparison.
No.
Nunes
But
and
think
Sterling.
about it. Both very pacey. Both score goals, but again, people have the opinion that they can't
Yeah.
finish their dinner.
In
There
that
are
sense, yeah.
comparisons there, 100%.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
But the thing is, with the
Both
Arsenal,
over Liverpool.
yes.
with
yeah,
with the
of
Arsenal,
course.
there's so many things to talk about because now we've got to talk about the Konate red card.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. The ref was a very, very dodgy. I'm not gonna lie to you. He did help us out a little bit because don't get me wrong. I think Konate is a second yellow card. Of course, it is. I think it's a foul.
Yes,
It's a
yeah.
red card. He deserves to
Yeah.
get sent off. But by the ref's own rules and logic, Martin Ødegaard maybe should have been sent off because he has done quite a few fouls. So I feel like the if he's gonna make the right or wrong calls, cool. Like you just have to affirm it, but be consistent with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be consistent.
That's what
with
you're
it.
missing in this all the referees in the Premier League. I mean, I said
Yeah.
this in our group chat the other day. I was like, literally, sack them all. Sack them all. Bring in right.
A new
right, here's what I'm
new
saying.
bunch.
Right, sack the Premier League refs. Bring up the Championship refs. Bring up the League One. And if Championship refs don't perform, sack them all. League One refs into the Premier League, and just keep going until you find a decent set. Because I'm sorry, they can't handle the modern game. These refs, they
Yeah,
can't handle it. It's
I think it's
so
I think,
many
it's
mistakes.
England's problem. It's an England problem.
Oh,
It
of course it
really is.
The level of refereeing in England is
It's on
too
the
early,
floor.
too,
Just do it.
too early, too early, too early, too early. Is really, really
Mate, I'm
bad.
not gonna lie, I've already
It's the level of refereeing in England alone is proper dookie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It really is.
So now I'm not. so I think like
Fantasy.
when you look in other countries and like even on the international stage, like the World Cup, the refereeing is like you'll find the odd mistake or the odd wrong call very rarely. So
Yeah.
and like the way VAR and like the semi-automated offside rule, the way
It's all
that's
how it's
used,
applied,
it's so much. Exactly. The way it's applied, as you said, is so much better than England in general.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's a UK. I don't think it's like a Premier League problem. I think it's a UK problem personally.
And there's lots of things you've got to do to solve it, in my opinion. I think you need to look at the ruling, you got to look at the technology, and you've got to look at the people.
It's
'Cause,
so unclear, isn't it?
it's so unclear,
with,
and
with
it's
what the
training.
rules are.
like, it's so many fouls that I see nowadays. I'm like, last week you wouldn't have given that, but this week you are. And I'm like, is there a little bit of bias in there?
And we
Inconsistency.
should have got a penalty, in my opinion, for
Do you
McAllister.
think?
I think that's a penalty because he doesn't. Don't get me wrong. I think the challenge. He obviously doesn't mean to foul him. Obviously not. But at the end of the day, he doesn't get the ball and he trips him up. Like I'm not saying any other team because like any other week that would have been a penalty in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just if he didn't give it and he didn't give it to everyone else, I wouldn't have a problem because then it's consistent.
Yeah.
So no one has an argument for, but the ref doesn't like us. Everyone's playing.
Yeah.
The refs don't have a bias towards anyone or against anyone. That's just facts.
Yeah.
They're just shit.
all of them. Yeah. All of them.
They're
are
just
shit.
shit. That's the
They're
end.
just
end
bad,
there's
yeah.
no bias. They're shit. That's end
Yeah,
of
they're
story.
just- yeah.
I
I mean, most of them aren't at the level, are they? I mean, you look at them and you just think, nah.
What was this stat? Oh my god, do you remember that mad stat about Klopp's losing for Liverpool and like a certain percentage of them were English and bold?
Really?
Like, I think a big percentage.
What was in the referees?
Yeah, in like in
Oh, yeah,
in,
I
in,
saw
in,
that.
in the Liverpool
Yeah,
games, Klopp has lost. Like there's a good hefty chunk of the referees in them games were bold.
I mean, he has got a nice head of hair. They might be a bit jealous.
Think of that what you will, mate.
I mean, it is mental. But as much as I'd love to keep talking about the best centre-backs in the league, both having stinkers, let's move on to the club where the best centre-back in the league actually plays and actually got injured this week. And that's Manchester United. Martinez all the way, mate. 2 games have happened since we last spoke.
Yep.
A win against Wolves and a win against West Ham.
The most entertaining, followed by the most boring game I've ever watched.
I completely agree. But 2 wins and 2 emphatic wins that have got the fan base a little bit back on board, got everyone a little bit happier, especially with the performances of certain younger players. How are we feeling, boys, about Mainu specifically? Let's talk about him first.
Yeah, no, he looks like a promising talent. I mean, against Wolves, I mean, that finish was like
Mate,
a
Clutch.
really,
Promise, yeah.
really good goal.
Not
Like,
even the finish,
really
the
was.
footwork. The
Yeah,
footwork
yes.
and
You have to take on
mate.
different players.
and then
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at like Garnacho and Højlund. Yeah, these are the type of players that Ten Hag should look at and should build the team around. You know, the young players, because you look at Manchester United over the years, they've sort of been like, you know, do you want to build your team around players who've been there for like 5-6 years and who have been inconsistent? Whilst that's for Garnacho, Højlund and Mainu, they're new. They bring promise, they bring hope, and Yeah, no, I just think that those are the type of players that Manchester United should be keeping in the starting 11 and building the team around.
100%, I agree. I mean, the man. This is the thing. Like, you look for experience because of the calmness, the decision making, that experience, the leadership skills. Those are what you look for in experienced players, and they're important. This man has those, and he's 18.
Casemiro's erraticness and like he's giving away the ball. I think Casemiro.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, he has been injured, bless him.
Mm.
Poor old boy. But poor old boy. but like let's be honest. Maybe give him a bit more time to come back into it.
Yeah.
But from these last 2 games, Wolves and West Ham, he's fallen off massively. I don't think he's like a shadow of his former self.
I don't think he's dropped off as much as people think he has. He does give the ball away a little bit, but Mainu is able to recover, so it's fine. His ball-winning ability, his recovery tackles are incredible. Yeah, but he had a great game against West Ham. Like, you can use, if you have Mainu in there as someone who is a great ball progressor and can bring the ball out from deep and win it deep and then bring it up the pitch and get yourself up to create opportunities. You can afford to have a midfielder in there who can destroy, and which is what Casemiro does so well. And I'd also like McTominay can't pass. McTominay couldn't pass to anyone. Like, he wouldn't even pass a test. Let's be honest. But what he can do is destroy. Casemiro destroys, but he is passable. He's not as good as he used to be, but he can still pass a little bit.
It's
So I think
sloppiness. I think
you could look to recruit in the summer, but I think for now he's absolutely fine there. Just to have him as that winner. You need a ball winner in there, 100%.
I hear it, but also speaking on like another young player, Garnacho. I used to hate him. I used to think he was proper dog shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. But ever since he's been moved to the right, I think he's been balling out. I'm not gonna. I think he's been doing quite well.
Man, how many goals is it so far this season?
I think him moving to the right has been a bit of a masterstroke by Ten Hag.
I think he scores from the left. I just think
But he plays better on the right.
he has the Rashford thing on the left, where he's like, oh, if he doesn't play well, Rashford needs to come back in. Obviously not as good as Rashford on the left. And I do agree. I think he's better on the right.
But also, you compare him to Anthony, he's also a right winger. Like, comparing to Anthony,
Well, Anthony's played left
you're
now.
always going to win.
Yeah.
It's like he's flipped it, because now Anthony's playing kind of backup left, and you've got Garnacho plays every game on the right now. So we'll see what happens. I think we'll probably end up binning Anthony at the next possible opportunity.
Should do.
Yeah,
We
we
should
really should.
go to
100%. We're scouting a few options. We've been scouting Rooney Baji
I saw that this
on
morning.
the right. Yeah.
Another young player's career ruined, bless him.
Oh, for God's sake. So I think Pelestri might leave permanently in the summer, and then we might bring in Rooney Baji, who'll start or back up to Garnacho on the right wing.
That's interesting.
I mean, we saw how he tore us apart when he came on for Copenhagen in the Champions League. That depressed me. Because the thing is, right, I'm a football manager lover. Like, I love that game. He's the biggest wonder kid, and he just scored against us, and I was just like, fuck. It's like, shit. But yeah, in other Man United news, Robin Van Persie's back at the club.
Yes.
In a coaching role to complete his badges. I'm not going to lie, I'm so happy.
Snake, mate.
Real big snake.
I bet you guys are fucking
him.
pissed. Mate, he was such a good player, and I love him so much. Like, he built that connection with the fan base. Like, what a player.
We get it.
Yeah. You're not going to get any
just
of
want me
it.
to
It's
move on.
so
He's a brilliant striker. He is.
Mate,
No, that's why I'm so angry he left, because I love him.
Yeah, and I mean, what is it? Manchester United versus West Ham at home. Didn't turn up to watch Arsenal versus Liverpool.
no.
But Giroud does. But
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Randomly
Olivier
out of
rocking
nowhere.
up.
Salt. You're getting salt here.
Mental. I mean, do you still guys still have good feelings about Giroud, don't you? Even though he went to Chelsea.
to be fair, the fact he went to Chelsea is like, at that time it was a big step up. So I'm like, fair.
I'm fine with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So many players do that, don't they? I mean, you look at Jorginho. I mean, he's the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
From Arsenal to Chelsea, and then Petr Cech. There's multiple players who have gone to Arsenal and Chelsea.
Willian.
Yeah, Willian. Yeah.
Yeah, but when Giroud left, he's always been like respectful towards the club.
agreed.
There wasn't any hate towards it,
No.
unlike Van Persie. So I feel like
Yeah.
so I like he did cost us a league title single-handedly in 2015-16. So he did, single-handedly he cost us a title.
Yeah.
Then so I do have that bit of hatred, but overall he's alright.
Yeah.
I have time for him.
Good. Well, speaking of our kind of goal scorers of our favourite clubs, it brings us nicely onto our topic for this week, which is going to be ranking the last 10 top goal scorers for each of our clubs.
Right.
So I've had the boys and myself, we've all looked back at the last 10 seasons, excluding the current one. So we're going back to, I believe it was 2012-13 or 2013-14?
third.
13,
I went-
13, 14. I
13.
believe.
I went back to
14.
2011, 2012 because there were some of the same, and like even second place was same as well. for some of
Okay.
them. So I went back
Right. So
to
you
this-
just went back instead. Okay,
and I
cool.
included an obvious name because I couldn't really find anyone else.
So you want to talk about it? That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
sure. Can we go from 10 to 1 as well? Makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm going to do 10 to 1.
Yes,
So
yeah.
Class.
basically, with the rule with this one is that you can't have a repeating player. So instead, you've got to pick one and then use the second top goal scorer or go back a year to
Mhm.
find another one to
Yeah.
replace
Oh,
it.
I've got a question as well. Quickly. In my list, I've got basically in one of the seasons I've got here, we had 2 goal scorers.
Yes.
I put them both in my list. Is that right? Obviously, they're not in the list
For
twice.
different years.
No, the same year.
Oh, for the same year.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so
If you, as long as you haven't used them twice.
Yeah, I
that's
haven't used them
absolutely-
twice, but like it's 2 players from the same year. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, no worries.
Groovy.
More players to talk about. So who wants to go first, boys? Who's ready to go?
I've spoken. If you haven't spoken anything yet, go on.
Go on,
Alright,
D.
fine, we starting from 2013, 14 or?
If you rank, so if you rank them your favourite to your least favourite, then
So we starting from least or favourite?
let's start from least. Let's start from
Least?
least. Yeah, 100%. And work our way
Brother,
forward.
are you here?
No.
Tell us what year he's from as well. Like,
Okay, no. Well, this is the obvious one here. He's currently playing Saka.
Saka's that's last season.
No.
In 10th.
Yes, in
You
10th.
put him in 10th.
Last year.
Damn, man. Jesus. Okay.
What?
Or we'll talk about reasoning in a minute. We'll get
Okay,
both
okay,
of you to
okay.
talk, and then we'll talk about why you've picked certain players.
My 10th was last season top goal. Well, one of last season top goal scorer, Martinelli.
Oh,
Martinelli. Okay, good man. Good man. I mean, he's a potentially one season wonder. Hasn't scored that many this season.
no.
We'll get into it. Go on. Number 9. Come on, boys. Let's go through it.
It's just
Oh,
us
just
two. Just
us
us two
two.
for
I
now.
think we'll do Arsenal first, then we'll do Liverpool,
Okay,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I'll
Okay,
bring
now
him
I've
in.
got
That
Martinelli.
sounds good. Yeah.
So Martinelli's your
Martinelli.
9.
Okay, 2012, 2013 Theo Walcott.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion, not gonna lie, looking at this back now, I think I've done him dirty. I think he's a bit low. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
If I had to change him, I'll put him a bit higher.
bit of a cult hero. I do like
Yeah,
Walcott.
and
Okay.
that's 7-3 versus Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Number 8. Let's go.
Smith Rowe. I've put in.
When was he top goal scorer?
No, so he was second, but I've already used Saka because he was top.
Okay.
So
Was that like 2 years ago?
This was 2021, 22. So Saka
Damn.
was first, and then Smith Rowe second. So
What? I wouldn't expect him to
yeah,
pop
10.
up on that list.
Only 10.
I
But
told you that.
that was like a period where we were never getting goals. But yeah, Smith Rowe.
Fair play.
Well, I went very different. 2014, 2015, Olivier Giroud.
Damn.
Whoa.
That feels.
He's
feels
rocked
like,
up.
Yeah, he made an appearance. Bless him.
I mean, he was a very good
Salt.
goal scorer for you guys, to be fair.
Yeah, we're not putting that low.
up until we needed him to score.
Oh yeah. That scorpion kick is kind of stuck.
Oh.
in
Yeah, that
my
was
head.
unbelievable. To be fair.
Beautiful.
Right, number 7.
I put Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey. Yeah. What?
Oh, I forgot Ramsey.
Get him off. Get him off.
Wait,
Get him off.
wait. Replace Martinelli with Ramsey. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Anyway,
yeah, fine.
Okay,
my number
okay.
7, 2020, 2021, Lacazette.
Lacazette. Okay, cool.
That's
I knew he had to
fine.
appear eventually.
Mm.
Okay, number
I've
6.
put Cazorla.
Santi.
Yeah, Santi. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I mean, that guy deserves like so much respect. Like I've got so
yeah.
much
I
respect.
kind of got
so much
bias
love
here,
for that
but I love him.
guy. Mate, yeah, he's a
Bullshit.
quality player to be fair.
I put my number 6, 2021, 2022, Bukayo Saka.
Okay, so he gets a
Yes.
little bit higher. Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Mm.
his performances outside of being a goal scorer do kind of bring your mind because it's his assists, his creativity, leading the team
that
as a
season,
youngster.
in my opinion, that season was his season.
Yeah.
In my
Mm.
opinion.
I think he'll have more seasons to be fair.
Yeah,
And
of
he
course,
might
yeah.
eclipse that, but look, for now I'm happy to put him to 6th. So number 5,
5. I put Lacazette.
underrated. I feel like
I think
Lacazette.
he's
He's
underrated.
He's
I
underrated.
think he's underrated.
He's underrated, but compared to who I've got in my list, I think
Yeah,
I don't think he's up there. My number 5 was it was last season's other top goal scorer, Martin Odegaard.
Odegaard, yeah.
Last season, when we finished second,
Yes.
last
okay.
season, apart from Saliba, that was Odegaard's season.
Again, a player who's performed really well despite being not necessarily a top goal scorer, but his performances like carry him up a list.
Consistent, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Back it, yeah.
Right, number 4.
Walcott. Theo Walcott.
Yeah. Okay, I back.
Yeah, that's
that.
what I mean. I wish I put him up a lot higher.
A
now.
lot higher now.
Yeah.
He's one of those cult heroes, isn't
No,
he?
because when I did my list, I ranked. I just looked through season. I put them in the list in like chronological order. Then for some reason I don't know why I did this. To be fair, I took 10th and was like, is he better than 9th? Okay, maybe he's better than 9th. I put him
Okay.
9th. Okay, 9th he's better than 8th. So I did one. I wanted to like
right.
the whole.
Yeah, fair enough.
thing.
I just picked the ones I liked the best and put them at the top.
Same.
Yeah,
Got a little
so-
bias here as well.
So for my number 4, I went with Aubameyang, 2018-19.
Yeah, he had to come in eventually. He's one of those players like you either love him or you hate him. But
I
he
love him.
I love
scores
him, yeah.
goals,
Yeah.
bro. Scores so many goals.
I wish he left in a better way.
Oh, mate,
I wish he
yeah.
left in the summer, so he finished
Yeah.
the season, and in a better way.
Mm.
Personally.
Do you guys remember he played for Chelsea for a bit?
Yeah.
I forgot
I
he
think
did
only got
that.
one goal, but
He's just got one goal, but like,
Yeah, I don't remember him doing anything, but I remember he was there.
yeah.
yeah, 100%. Okay. So why do you guys finish off your list? Number 2, number 1.
Third,
Oh,
I've
we got three. We got three.
Yeah,
Oh,
three,
three,
two.
sorry.
yeah,
yeah,
I
go
got
for it.
third Giroud.
Really?
Yeah, I put him quite
Gee.
high.
My third's Alexis Sanchez, 2016-17.
Oh, yeah.
His final full season at Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. Some player.
Honestly, 16-17. Honestly, him at Arsenal, argued one of the best players in the league. Well,
Mhm.
what top three?
During that time, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Top three in
But
my
for
opinion.
second, obviously, I put Sanchez.
Yeah, I back
I've
out.
rated him
I back
highly.
that.
Okay,
He
yeah.
carried you. Again, it's
Yeah.
another Van Persie thing, isn't it?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Van Persie, he's my number 2. 2011-2012, the season before he left.
mate, he was firing at that point. We got him at his peak. Like, it's kind of mad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why. That's the only reason I'm upset he left for you lot, because he was so good and he done so much.
He might have won you a league title had he not left. He might have done.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Stole a league title off you.
So, also, my number 1 is very. I've cheated the system.
What would you put?
Oh, you go first. You
I
go
put
first.
Aubameyang.
You put
first.
Aubameyang first.
Yeah.
Really?
Only because he re-energized our team. It was
Yeah.
before him. It was we weren't getting enough
So
goals.
who's
Wen-
it was
Wenger's
you?
final signing.
Yeah,
Was that
true.
actually?
Wenger's final signing.
Damn, I forgot
Brilliant
about
But
that.
yeah,
Well, it was a great
22
signing for the
goals
time.
in 2 consistent years, I think. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to complain.
I feel like I cheated. I feel like I cheated the
What have
system
you
here
put?
massively because he's this was 20 years ago.
What?
Wait.
This was 20 years.
You went back 20
Thierry Henry. But
no, we can't allow
You-
this
no,
one. surely.
if
I get
talk,
it. I get it.
if we're talking top goal scorers,
Obviously,
you mentioned Thierry. Don't.
obviously, but we-
Obviously, yeah, but
but
if it
in
was in
the-
the list, but he's like, I mean, I was okay with you going back a little bit, but
It's
you're
either, that,
20
it's
years.
either that or Adebayor.
again, but that's
It's either that or Adebayor.
What about Aaron Ramsey?
first.
Yeah, good point.
Put
Thank
Aaron
you,
Ramsey
thank
in and
you,
then
thank
just
you.
move everything
Oh
up
yeah,
one.
my number 1's Aaron Ramsey.
Nah, lads. They can afford. Don't clap this, lads. Don't clap this.
That is
Don't clap
some
this.
list, boys. That is
Do not
is
clap
some
that.
list.
To be fair, I think the people I have in my, I think yours was probably the better order, but I think the people I had in my list was better. It's just the order was wrong.
But I just don't think it fits the topic.
Yeah.
Henri can't go in.
Yeah,
this
get rid of
list.
Henri. Then. Get rid of Henri. Place on Ramsey.
Aaron Ramsey, yeah.
I think the,
Yeah.
Ramsey
the fact that you
top.
forgot about Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah.
As
sure.
a kind of cult player, I actually rate
Yeah,
him
no,
quite
I'm
highly.
so-
to
I'm
be
Ramsey
fair.
was cold, man.
I mean, the Theo Walcott thing was the biggest thing I saw. The difference, like, he was such a player, wasn't he?
He was amazing.
No, no. To be fair, if I had to
Oh, here we
redo
go.
my list because I did mine very poorly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'll admit, hold my hands up.
Saw my list, it was like,
I
ooh.
apologise. I would have put Walcott 4th.
Wait, I put him
Yeah.
fourth. Just
Yeah, I was
I'd
gonna
put
say,
Walcott 4th.
Put him in thought. I feel like Lacazette could have been a little bit higher in my opinion, just because you feel like you guys kind of disrespected him a little
Yeah,
bit.
no, but you'll be.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine,
yeah,
fine.
no,
You
but-
put him a bit
yeah,
out
but-
of comments.
yeah,
Yeah, but if
you
you're,
could put him
if
a
you're
bit
comparing
higher.
him to Van
Where
Persie,
did-
Aubameyang, Ramsey,
I actually think I'd
But-
probably put him above Aubameyang if I was doing that list.
What Lacazette?
I feel like Lacazette was longer.
Aubameyang
He was there
changed the club.
longer,
no, but we're talking about that seat. We're talking about that.
and he didn't have that bad of an end. Like the
Mm.
badness on the ending was down to the club letting him go,
Yeah,
rather than
true.
Aubameyang kicking up a fuss.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that season. I'm not talking about their career at Arsenal. I'm talking about their season at Arsenal. That season they were top goal scoring.
Aubameyang.
That's how I
Yeah.
order mine.
Yeah,
I
I
kind of
mean,
get
or
it.
thought about
kinda
mine.
for me, I have a lot more time for Lacazette than I do for Aubameyang. But again, Aubameyang.
I hear that.
Again, Aubameyang's a class player, like obviously, but like Lacazette for me is better.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. There's a decent list. I feel like we give them like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
decent.
You brought us down. I'll be honest.
You definitely brought
you
that.
gotta admit it.
100%.
Yeah, I
Henri first 20 years. I'm not having that.
I may have been a little confused and biased.
I got biased.
I'm all with a biasy. Just no more breaking the rules. Boys. Come on.
Okay, go on.
Yeah.
Lloyd, your turn. Let's go.
My turn. I mean, the difficult thing was, first of all, with my list, was that Salah, Firmino, and Mane have been at the club for so long, and
Yeah,
they've been the main front
true.
three. So actually picking other people other than those three was quite difficult.
Well, so you've
Yeah.
got players like Origi in there.
He is my number 10.
Hey!
Okay.
Again, talking about
sorry,
cult
sorry,
heroes.
sorry for spoilers. man.
Yeah.
No, he's my number 10. I picked the 1920 season.
Okay,
The
why?
year we
Yeah.
actually won the league, but I feel like that Salah, Mane, and Firmino all had better seasons in the league that we
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't.
Agreed.
I back it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up putting him 10th. 9th, I went for Gerrard from 14-15.
Stevie G. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
14th?
yeah, that
He
was his
was top
final,
goals.
final season. Final goal we scored, of course, we lost 6-1 to Stoke City. So
Hey!
that was
Yeah.
great. So that was
Can't do it or
where
cold
they
reading.
practically just let him run through. So yeah, he's
Make
my
all
number
Vic
9.
Star treatment.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that's what it
Mate.
was like.
Was he top goal scorer or was he like second or third?
He was top goal scorer.
Damn.
9 goals.
Really?
9
In
goals.
2014,
Only
15?
9.
9 goals.
I remember that
okay.
season being
That,
bad.
that's
not
that, isn't that
bad.
when you had like Benteke, Ings, Sturridge, and them? lot?
Oh, it was rough.
Yeah,
I
Went
mean,
through the doldrums.
it was not a good time. Let's put it that way. Especially from being second, like so close to winning the league.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Fourth in
Suarez
Greece.
Oh yeah,
leaving,
too. Suarez
Yeah,
leaving.
yeah.
Oh, mate.
Sterling going as well. Yeah,
Sterling.
I mean it wasn't great.
Not a goal scorer.
No,
but there you go.
but number 8. I've gone for 15-16. I've gone for Daniel Sturridge.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, he had his moments, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. I mean the final in the Europa League where he scored that Travella.
Very
shot
underrated.
outside.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
He is quite underrated.
I mean-
not as underrated as Lacazette in my
I
opinion,
don't
but
think
he's
he's underrated.
underrated.
I think he's just forgotten. I'll be
Do you
honest.
guys
Yeah.
remember that goal he scored against? Oh, what was it? Was it Chelsea? That
Wait.
kind of outside the box goal. Like,
Yes, the
What,
final,
Lacazette?
final few
No, no,
minutes.
no,
Oh, Sturridge.
Final
Sturridge.
few
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, we all thought that might revitalise his career at Liverpool,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the season he just left.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a little bit of time. I remember he scored a goal against PSG when we won
Yeah.
3-2 in the Champions League at home. He scored a header, and he was getting back into it. And you thought, oh, maybe we might see a Sturridge again, but
Nope.
yeah, no,
Nope.
And
he
you'd
was
have to-
finished. He was
Trapped on Sport was calling.
he was totally
he
done.
needed a new trim and a new smile.
Oh, but
so.
then his dog got stolen in Perth.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh, damn, I
yes.
forgot
Yeah,
about
someone-
that.
someone robbed his dog. When
Why
he
would
was
you
in
rob a
Australia.
dog, bro?
That was
Why
so
would you
peak.
rob a dog?
So peak.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy. Number 7, got Darwin Nunez.
Oh
Oh,
my
so-
god!
What am I missing about that?
I put a
So-
really
So in your opinion, Nunez is higher than Gerrard?
Well, from no,
Oh,
yeah, if you put it in that respect, yeah.
you're not. You're no, but you think about it, from the seasons, right? Gerrard was past it by that point. Like that final
Okay.
season,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't at the level.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not done mine like that.
Well, I'm intrigued now.
No. See, that's the reason that I did it like that. Just because I thought, well, you know, why not? But yeah, for me, he's 7th because I couldn't use Salah. So,
Yes, okay.
that makes
I couldn't
sense.
use Salah. But yeah, I mean, next up, I had Felipe Coutinho, 16-17.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
he had some
13 goals.
seasons. He had some
Yeah.
seasons where he was unplayable. Like he was potentially the best player in the league at certain
Yeah.
points.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, he was just so good to watch. I mean, you know, just the long shots that he managed to pull out were just unreal. And I mean, he'd be nutmegging people for fun.
yeah.
Like,
I really wish he made that at Barcelona. I
yes,
really wish he
yeah,
made
no,
that
I
at
mean,
Barcelona.
I'm very, very happy that we got 140 million.
Yeah,
but
but
I would-
it was
I
a
would-
waste
I
of
would-
talent. Let's be
I
real.
would have still liked to see him succeed because
Yeah.
only Klopp could get the best out of that man. Only
yeah.
Klopp.
I mean, it's Barcelona, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
like, you're not
You're not gonna knock
say
Neymar,
no.
Neymar's replacement.
Yes. of
Big shoes to
course.
fill, and unfortunately he didn't live up to those
No,
shoes.
Nope.
no, he did not at all. I mean, I've still got. So what have I still got? I've got
It's actually really
13,
sad.
13, 14, 17, 18, 18, 19. Jota, I think 21, 22 would be my number 5.
Okay.
We got 15 goals that season in the league. So
Bombed
that was
us,
the year we
yeah.
came
Again,
second.
I feel like we're gonna come back to this in like 5-6 years when we get to like the end of the Jota era, and we're gonna look back and say he was underrated. And he
Yeah.
put in
I can say
big
he's underrated, yeah.
performances.
So he's very
Yeah.
good.
He's not as
Totally.
good as that front three, but
No.
the performances he put in big games, he turned up
Yeah, he's very unlucky
Yeah.
he had to compete with
Yeah.
that front three.
100%. He could have
Agreed.
been the main man
Yeah.
in another generation.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I've just realised that I've not put Firmino there. But we'll jump back to it.
We've got
We'll
four
chuck
slots
Firmino. We'll chuck Firmino 4th.
Okay.
This was the year when we were playing Reece Williams and Nat Phillips at centre
Oh,
yeah.
2021.
God.
Yeah, 2020, 2021. I think
That
Firmino
was a
got
weird
9
season.
goals in the league, but yeah, we were top at Christmas, I think it was, or something like that, or close to being top, and
Yeah.
then it just fell apart. Like,
Can I ask you something quickly?
Yes.
Mane, Salah, Firmino, rank them.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Salah-
about to, isn't he? Hang on, whoa.
No, I mean as players in general, as players,
Oh,
as
yeah.
players,
Oh,
Oh, in as a whole.
Yeah.
as
I mean,
players.
Surely this is
so
obvious.
difficult.
Firmino
like,
made that system work.
yes.
That's what I mean. I think Firmino's so underrated.
he is
Mane
underrated.
could play multiple positions. Salah was just the most amazing goal
I mean,
scorer.
if you're talking like an individual season, if I'm gonna have, I'd have
I mean, whole
yeah,
career.
like
whole career,
whole
whole
career.
Whole career
Yes.
is different. Whole career is different.
Oh man, I
Is it
mean,
really this hard?
yeah, I mean, Mane and Firmino for me. Mane's a brilliant player.
So
unbelievable
obviously
player.
Salah's top, right?
Salah
Yes.
is top.
So it's just-
yeah, without a doubt. For me.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like Mane after 20 goals a season, stuff like. But
Yeah.
Firmino in like 80. What was it? He got in the Champions League where we got to the final against Real Madrid and lost. Oh, that man was different level. He was unreal what he brought to the team. But
So what's
Overall-
I'm going to press you. Give
Yeah.
us a final answer.
Yeah.
final answer.
If you had
Come
to
on.
sell one of them, who are you selling?
Oh,
That's a better question.
that
Let's
is a
do
better
that.
question.
Who are you selling? Who's the worst? Who's the one you?
No,
Respect
no,
the
no,
league.
no, no,
You'll take the piss
no,
out.
no, no. Just if you had to
Yeah.
sell one of them.
If I had to sell one of them, I think it would be Mane.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
that's
you.
fair
Okay,
enough.
good.
And
good
it's the
answer.
one they
Good
did.
answer.
It's
I
the
think it would
one.
be.
It's
I
the one
just-
that did.
It's so difficult because they're all so great. But yeah.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Overall.
So you've got Salah and Mane left, and you've got 3 spots.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
gets number 3?
Mane.
Mane.
We miss it.
Top-
You're
no,
missing,
Firmino-
how are you
Firmino-
missing them? How are you missing that some big person?
Are we missing someone?
Yes, you're missing someone massive.
Are we?
Yes.
Okay, we'll come back
From
to
the
it.
last 10 years, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
you're
let's
missing
tell us a bit about Mane. And then
Yeah,
we'll move on.
Mane in the 18-19. What was it? He got 22 goals. He was
Oh,
a massive.
oh.
It was the golden boot sharing between him, Aubameyang, and Salah. He was I mean, brilliant player, Mane. Absolutely loved him.
Okay, now this is
Cold
interesting.
player.
This
Left
is
and
gonna be
right.
so interesting.
Interesting one.
Who's number two?
Who's number two?
I realised who it's going to be.
So
now.
interesting. This.
Salah second.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Salah second for me. Unreal in the Champions League run, the Premier League. But Luis Suarez for number one is.
I mean,
it's just
The best
The
striker of our
goals.
generation.
the goals.
he was
were
incredible.
Agreed.
But do we not question the fact that he only did it for a couple of years and then he left for Barcelona?
Yeah, but aren't you basing it on that season?
How
Well, that's
long?
what I'm
How
basing it
long has Salah been at Liverpool for?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter in this conversation because we're talking about that season. That's how.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not done mine like that. I've done
Okay,
mine.
fine.
I wanna
like
see-
that.
I wanna
That's
see-
fine,
That's not mine,
that's
legit.
fine.
But if yours is
Everyone's
based on one season,
mine's based on one season. I mean, overall, as a Liverpool player, you're going to pick Salah.
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, of course you are, because he's been there for so many years.
But
and
if you're
he's
looking
been
at individual
superb.
seasons,
But yeah, if we're talking individual seasons, the goals that Suarez was scoring were just stupid.
I could do a whole episode talking about Suarez.
Yeah,
alone.
I mean,
I
it
could do
was
a
what
whole
was it?
episode on Suarez.
There was a header from the edge of the box which flew into the
Yeah.
that goal doesn't get
Halfway
spoken about.
line.
Yeah,
Goal,
it
the
was-
halfway
Yeah,
line.
the
the
He
perfect-
volley.
terrorised
yeah.
Norwich.
He terrorised Patrice
Norwich.
Evra. That's what he
Paul-
did.
I mean, Paul-
He terrorised
Paul
Patrice
John
Evra.
Ruddy,
Who did he
yeah.
bite? He bit Ivanovic on the shoulder.
And Chiellini.
Thank you.
And-
Yeah,
and
I'm not condoning
Chiellini.
any of that.
I
He's a
d-
menace.
I
He's
condone the
not a nice
Chiellini one
guy.
because Chiellini robbed us of a Euros, so you know Chiellini can get fucked. But yeah, don't bite Ivanovic.
Yeah, he's not a nice guy, but
So
unreal
Suarez
footballer.
number
Suarez number one.
Yeah,
Damn.
for me.
I back it. It's a rogue shout, but I back it. You know?
I low key kind of agree. It's so hard.
It is. It's
So-
tough. It's tough.
After
It's
this
tough.
tomorrow, I'm saying Salah's first.
Yeah,
Mate,
no,
I-
it's tough.
I-
It's so
I-
difficult. It's so difficult.
I'd rate Salah first, personally. But what are we saying then? How are we ranking this list?
That's a 9 out of 10. Almost
reckon?
10 out of 10. I think that's a perfect list.
I'm gonna go with an
Yeah.
8 just because I think you could swap Salah.
You could
and
swap a
Suarez.
couple.
So you're
Suarez- okay.
dropping 2 points for that one.
Well, no,
pick.
you were 9. I was going 8.
No, I think there's one.
I'll go middle,
or two
8.5.
more that I think
Yeah.
I could maybe. But
It
yeah.
is very good.
That's the one that I've
From
gone with.
memory, I think that's the perfect list in my opinion. That's a very good list.
Cool. Right. Well, I guess that means we move on to the best club in the world.
Oh my god. Chill
Let me
out.
bring
man.
up my detailed,
Chill out.
my detailed list.
Oh, you've got a whole spreadsheet.
I've got a spreadsheet. I've
I'm
ordered
ready
them
for
by
this.
position. Like, I've done through everything,
Oh
bro.
my
It's-
Alright, we're
I've
ready.
done a good job. Before we came out here, our producer Ward Prowse wrote down a name on my list as an honourable mention, and I'm not sure what drugs he's on today. He wrote Van der Sar on my spreadsheet. I've got no idea why. He just was like, let me put an honourable mention on your list, and wrote down Van der Sar.
Prowsey, you good?
Yeah, he must be on something. I don't know. I can't see him out there, but God's sake.
Victim.
He's old lessons.
He is.
He is,
He's a
isn't he?
bit, old.
Was he 40?
delusional.
Pushing 30.
Oh,
Pushing
30,
40,
sorry.
maybe.
mate.
Damn.
40.
Yeah, no, I think 50. I'm 50's not far around the corner, mate.
Wrinkle.
Poor guy.
Such a
He's on his
poor
last
man.
legs.
Cool. So, on his way
legs.
out. Oh damn! Talking about on his way out.
Okay.
Let's speak about number 10, which is my 2015-16. This guy came third, but other players got put in other positions. Third is Juan Mata with 6
Juan
goals
Mata.
that season.
What a player, by the way.
Again,
What a
that's
player.
underrated as well.
Underrated. Got
Yeah.
disrespected by the club, although he did drop a leg off at one point.
Actually, I've got a theory to why they're so underrated. They had him, Santi Cazorla, Fabregas had to compete with Xavi and Iniesta.
Yes, that's
That's
true.
the
Yes.
true.
That's
Yeah.
Mata
Xavi
never
and
got
Iniesta.
picked.
No.
Mata never got a game for Spain.
No, that's
As
true.
in, no way.
Barely. He
Okay.
not literally, but as in like he never got a
Oh,
kick.
okay.
Like they didn't really pick
You
him
know,
because
them two would be like Cazorla and Mata mainly, in my opinion. They'll be the main two like midfielders of our generation. If Xavi and Iniesta
One
did not
day,
exist.
yes.
yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
back it.
It's just
I
I
do
thought
And
better.
Iniesta
do
would
better.
never have played for Chelsea as well. He would have just played for Barcelona.
Mm.
We would have made him an Arsenal legend. Oh, boys.
Still is an Arsenal.
Yeah.
I
legend,
still
by the
remember
No,
way.
that
imagination.
bicycle kick against Liverpool. I think it was the season before that or something at Anfield. Do you remember when Gerrard came
Yes.
on? 38 seconds, then he
Oh,
stomped.
That
on
was
a
under
player,
Herrera,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
What? Who scored the bicycle kick? Was it?
Oh, no, not the bicycle. I thought you meant when he stomped on...
Oh no, he stomped on a Herrera. Yeah, and then he
Then
got sent off.
Mata scored the bicycle kick.
And then
yeah.
Mata scored the bicycle kick.
Yeah,
That was it,
in
yeah.
front of the away
Yeah,
What a
that's
player.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Ander Herrera. I miss that man. He is so lovely. Everyone's got to respect Ander Herrera.
I
Like-
didn't see him playing now. I don't know.
No, I mean he's at Athletic
But as a
Club now.
person, mate, he was so nice. Oh, I love him. Got a lot of time for him. In ninth, never really thought about him as a goal scorer. He finished top in 2018-19.
Wait, what?
Paul Pogba
Fuck
was our top goal scorer in 2018-19.
Never.
Really?
The second Lukaku season, the season that Ollie started,
Right.
Paul Pogba was our top goal scorer with 13 goals.
I thought it'd been Lukaku or Rashford.
Lukaku was second and Rashford was third. So,
Okay.
but Pogba scored 30 goals. Remember, he scored that header against Chelsea in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that performance was incredible. For him.
Pogba on his days are different.
He was got
He
played
was
in the
unreal,
10 for
yeah.
once. If you'd played Pogba as a 10 for entirely his career, he would have been amazing. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
2019-20 is in 8th, and that was Anthony Martial. It was 2 scorers that season. The other one was we'll talk about him later. On his day, back when he was on form, back when he was young and fast and playing off the left and scoring goals,
Yeah, young Martial was good.
young Martial was a goat. Martial nowadays makes me
Washed.
want to put him in 8th, in 8th because I hate that man so much. I
Agreed.
put in passion like he is terrible now, bro. He's so bad.
Doesn't Carlos have strong opinions on?
Yes,
And
of course,
Martial
that,
as well.
that loan at Sevilla.
He does.
Yeah.
when he hears this list a bit later, he's gonna be fuming. 2017-18 up next, and that was Romelu Lukaku.
Lukaku, yeah.
Yes, what a player on his day. Like that season, was the first one he came in when we almost won the title. In fact, we did win the title because Man City cheated. But
Salty.
he got goals. Like, as a goal scorer, he is incredible. At Everton, at Inter Milan, at us our first season. If it worked out at Chelsea, he could be like one of the all-time great goal scorers. But it's like,
Dude,
all fell apart.
everyone's predicting Chelsea to win the league because Lukaku was back,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There were
I
tweets.
mean,
There
we'll
was
see.
stuff, yeah.
and they won the Champions League right before then as well.
And they were playing well up until like Chilwell and James got injured, and then
Lukaku got injured.
had that.
Interview.
Started off well, actually.
Chelsea
Yeah.
got a Chelsea, you know what I'm saying?
Chelsea got Chelsea.
Chelsea got a choice.
I think he just doesn't perform for Chelsea. That's just it. That's the Lukaku curse.
Yeah.
Next up, 2020-2021. Again, finished top goal scorer this season, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I hear that.
As a
Oh.
player, I might put him higher. But as a goal scorer, based on this season, I'm going to put him in 6th. I think that's a good place to put him. I
What
think.
year did he join?
2020, wasn't it?
Was it
No, it was the
2020?
year before 2019-20. I'm pretty sure. It's been
Yeah, that's
4
me. Yeah,
years.
2019-20. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's been
it was,
4
yeah.
years. It's been 4 years exactly now.
Yeah.
I think.
It was a January boy, wasn't
It was
it?
a
Yeah,
January
he
boy.
was
Yeah.
goal scorer and it came and started like a house on fire, didn't it? He was getting
I
goals
was
every week.
worried he was going to come in and be average, and he just came in, had a decent game against Spurs, and then just hit the ground running.
Mm.
and
I
just
mean,
went
Mm.
mental.
yeah, I remember Klopp saying something in the summer about him.
He was
in a
signing.
friendly, yeah, and he said, yeah, I mean, anyone
Yeah.
should try and get him. I think he said. And
The best signing,
unreal.
since Sir Alex. The best signing we've
Yeah,
made
I
since Sir
agree.
Alex.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's anyone who comes close,
yeah,
personally.
I think he's been unreal.
Next up, 2020-2023. Any guesses as
Well-
to who this is?
2020, 2023.
Yes, so last season.
Okay.
Our top goal scorer last season. Any guesses?
Oh, who was it?
Come on, boys.
Oh no, Rashford, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm not going to lie.
Form merchant. It says.
I'm not gonna lie, I love this player. Since he broke through, scored against Arsenal, scored against Liverpool with that game. Oh, mate, what a player! See an academy boy come through, be such a humble and nice person, and then perform on the pitch and get his just deserves. It's so good to see. Like we won't talk about another player who almost made it onto this list actually, who came through the academy, wasn't a nice and humble person, and then got what he deserved.
oh.
Lingard?
We won't say his name.
Yeah.
Sancho,
But yeah, no, I love this man. I mean, the only reason he didn't get any higher is because there are some incredible players on this list.
Yeah.
Fairs.
But I love this man so much. As a passionate person, I'd put him a lot higher. But being realistic, I didn't put him any higher than this. Moving on to position number 4,
Mm-hmm.
What season?
2014-15. He wasn't top goal scorer because he wasn't top goal scorer in the last 10 years, but he was previously. And I wanted to fit the other person who was.
okay.
He was second, so
Oh.
the first person who got fitted in
Right, really?
elsewhere. So
Yeah.
second up was Van Persie. I did this video specifically so I could fit him in because he is an incredible
You
goal
wouldn't
scorer.
take Van Persie for 13.
2014,
2013.
2014-15.
No, but I mean, like, wouldn't you take him for the 2012-13 season?
There was somebody who played better.
Really?
We'll talk about that in a minute. 2014-15. I mean, all the seasons of Van Persie were incredible, but for me, it's Van Persie for me in 2014-15 in 4th. My top 3
Here we go.
in 3rd. Zlatan
There
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah,
go.
back,
I was
that
wondering
season-
I'll do back it.
He only got one season, but that season was
Fire.
fucking incredible. He was so good. Like to see a goal scorer, like you see him from afar
So good.
in Paris scoring bags. See him in the Premier League just dominate.
Or should stay longer.
Yeah.
Mate,
Yeah,
He could have as well.
He nearly killed Tyrone
Mings,
Mings.
yeah.
By stopping on his head.
Oh, the goal against
Then-
Bournemouth wasn't
Oh,
it?
then
The
Ben,
first game?
Mate,
then,
yeah.
then Ibrahimovic's injury as well. That when he lands on his leg.
And then he just
Oh.
came back. He just came back as like put on the number 10 shirt and came back, and I was like, "Oh, mate, get in my club." He didn't really play that season, unfortunately. But mate, what a player!
Yeah.
What a player. Next up, 2021-22. The feelings this season gave me, post Sir Alex, but there's no coming near it. Any guesses as to who it might be?
2021-22. Oh, Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, of course.
Boys,
How
to
did I forget
see
that?
Cristiano Ronaldo score bags
He
for your
actually did
club.
bits. Yeah.
Anyone could score bags for a club. To have Ronaldo do it, like you can feel the hairs sticking up on my arm there, like
Well,
the
yeah, actually,
tingles
they
it
actually
gives you. Like, there's not another player like him other than Messi. Like, it's just.
It was a very good season as well.
It was
Yeah.
18
Season.
goals, so it wasn't.
It was
sweet.
still very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
And then finally, we're going to talk about 2013-14. So this was a season that I could have put Van Persie in. He scored more goals this season, Van Persie, but someone else scored even more goals.
Really? Shit.
And there is a reason why this guy is the top goal scorer for Manchester United and the top goal scorer for
So much
England,
passion.
and a reason why he
Harry Kane
is
is now.
the best forward to ever play. There is a reason why this man is the best forward to ever play in the Premier League and should have got in our combined Premier League 11. I'm going to shout about it forever and ever. Wayne Rooney, top of my list. The best, other than Ronaldo, the best player I have ever seen and the best goal scorer I have ever seen.
Wait, did you just say best player in Premier League history?
Forward in Premier League history.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, he is.
And he should have got into that list that
So,
we made.
so Henri.
I'm
Henri's
still
just not
salty.
there.
So Henri plays
Yeah.
tennis. All right, cool.
Yeah, not as good as Rooney though, bro. There's
Oh,
levels.
sure.
There's
This is
levels.
another
mate.
conversation.
There's
for another day,
levels.
I'll
There's
be honest.
levels. But
I can't entertain this.
but for me, like,
Yeah.
I had to put him in first. I saw him in there. He had one. It was kind of the last good season he had, but yeah, what a player! Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, then, boys. Rank my season. Rank my list, even.
That's
Six.
solid.
6.
I don't think
Genuinely
it's that
6.
low.
It's not.
I think that's the
bad,
worst.
is
I
it?
think that's worse than our list.
Do you reckon?
Your list, yeah. I don't think it's that bad. 7.
7.
give it
Oh,
seven.
I'll
I'll
take a
give it-
7.
I'll give it
8. Ah,
Eight.
nice one.
That's sympathy
give it
there.
a-
Don't
I'll
dodge.
give
I don't know why I'm hugging the Liverpool fan, but
8. I'm wearing red.
I mean, I wouldn't. If you were wearing a Liverpool shirt, I wouldn't be hugging you. I'll tell you
Well,
that.
no, I know. Vice versa.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that to be fair. That's fair. Boys, that brings us to the end of our lists and to the end of our show. I feel like we did a good job there ranking our goal scorers. It's
Some
good.
of us.
Some people made mistakes.
That was good.
Not as good as mine. But I feel like we did a good job summarising, going over old names and old faces. Like, it's good to reminisce every now and again as to some of these names that I haven't spoken about in ages, but I've missed terribly.
Yeah.
Talking about mine specifically. But thank you all for joining me. We all had a good time.
Solid time.
Hopefully our teams win next week, specifically my team. Hopefully wins next week. Hopefully you can
Keep on losing.
Drop points, yes,
dig
please.
yourself out of your hole that you've got
Yeah,
yourself
I
into.
mean, yeah, we'll be back. We've got Burnley at home. If we don't win
Oh,
Burnley
mate.
at
Oh,
home,
if
it's
you
done.
lose-
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that'll be it. It'll be game over. If we
Fingers
don't
crossed.
beat them, yeah, title done.
Perfect. Right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you thought our lists were wrong, or you wanted to put anything in, and we'll see you back next week. Goodbye.
Right.
Anyway, guys.